Everybody, welcome to the webinar. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads, and we're going to be covering automated social media marketing with landing pages. And this webinar is only one part of an entire series. This is not the end-all, be-all of online lead generation or lead generation, what have you. So we're currently at listingstoleads.com, and when you log into your account, you're going to see the pop-up. It's also at our blog. If you just go to our blog, you will see it. But I'm going to put this link into the GoToWebinar control panel and send it to everybody, because on this link, and you've all registered already because you're on the webinar, but you'll see the schedule and you're going to see that link to the recordings underneath the schedule. So for example, this webinar here can be found automated marketing and lead generation. Nope, I'm sorry, it's the first one, April 22nd. And here's the recording to that last webinar. And it will replace this one with this webinar a little bit later. So with that said, when you first log into your Listings to Leads account, it's gonna look like this. And before we get into listings and landing pages, let's go ahead and set up our account so that we can automatically post these things from Listings to Leads. So with Listings to Leads, all these ads I'm going to show you can be auto posted from Listings to Leads automatically. You can push post them, meaning when you're in your account, you can literally post up to Facebook from within Listings to Leads, and along with Twitter and LinkedIn. And you can also schedule all this stuff. So I'll show you that, all the automation, all the scheduling, how to post on demand. And so the types of ads that we're going to be covering today. All right, so how to do a landing page for a listing where you got videos, even if you don't have video. So different types of ads like this. So in this case, I'm advertising a 24/7 virtual open house. Here's another one similar. When your listings go pending, really want to hit on pending and just sold listings. All right, how to make sure that we are marketing those up on Facebook. And also when I say just sold where you're the selling agent, meaning your buyer bought the listing, and how can you leverage that, right? Again, where your buyer bought the home, how can you leverage that sale to generate seller leads? So we'll talk about that in this call as well. Also talk about down payment assistance. That's a great way to generate leads for people looking to buy their first home. We'll talk about new construction, right? In a lot of areas, there's new construction, right? Whether it is a condominium building, a single family home development, and you can create down payment assistance landing pages to auto post up to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, where you're advertising the different new construction developments. We'll talk about how to share content like this, kind of just general content, and how to share content like this that generates leads. And I'm also going to talk about video. So if you get any kind of video for market reports or listings, in fact, one of the cool things I'm going to talk about today is when you have a just sold listing, the idea of doing a video relating to that property selling, right? And I'll talk a little bit more about that, but I'm really excited to share this because this is one of those things that Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com don't know, right? They don't know the inside scoop on how that listing sold. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about this and how to use a just sold video to generate leads as well. And then we'll talk about a couple more of the standard, what is your home worth type landing pages as well, and Facebook ads. So we have a lot to cover today, all right? We have a lot to cover today. So first things first, let's go into our Listings to Leads profile. So in the upper right-hand corner, go ahead and open that up and select the profile button from the drop-down menu. And we're going to see a tab here called Auto Posting. Now you're going to see another tab called CRM Integration that I highly recommend you take a look at later. But for now, Auto Posting. And so when you see in the Auto Posting tab, There's a vertical navigation here, connect social media accounts, listings, seller lead ads, down payment assistance, and new construction. So we're going to hit all 4, or I guess 5 of these tabs, and they're all super simple. All right, so in the first tab, connect social media accounts, we're just going to connect our social media accounts. And all you do is you click these buttons and you just follow the wizard through. So I'll click on continue with Scott Pierce. On this page, all of your community and business pages will appear. And here I can select the ones that I want to have an option to auto post to. So for example, my Granite Bay Homes page, my free home values for you page, I'll select, hit next, and just hit done. Pretty much you're just hitting the blue buttons. And that will drop you right back into listings to leads. And you'll notice you'll connect as your personal profile. And here are my community and business pages that I can that I have the option to auto post to. And we'll do the same thing for Twitter. Again, click the blue buttons, just follow it through. And that will again drop you right back into listings to leads after a few seconds. And we will do the same thing to LinkedIn as well. So give that a few seconds. Casey's asking, will this video be available after? Yes. And again, I just walked through where you can watch the recording from last week. And depending on how much traffic there is, looks like Twitter might be taking a while to authorize it. And there we go. Awesome. So we're connected as Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And there we go. So now we are connected to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I'm going to go ahead and click save. And then we'll click on listings. And so here is where we're going to set up the default settings for the listings that auto post to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So you're going to see 2 tabs here, one for template, which is what you're going to land on, and one for preferences. So for template, make sure to check customize for each status. You'll see that there. And then there's a reason why you have to do a little copy and paste, and there's a reason for that. All right, so this editor here, this is going to be the text that appears in the ad. So let me show you in a Facebook ad. So this text right here is coming from this box. And so what you do is you click the green copy button over to the right and just paste it in. And the reason you have to copy and paste it in there is because Facebook doesn't want the vendor, us, telling you, the agent, what you have to post, all right? So we're allowed to give you what we suggest. So just click the green copy button and paste it in here. And I will invite you to not overthink this, right? Don't worry about what any of this stuff says. Just go ahead and do it. So, and do it for every status, because at every status, the landing pages, the call to actions, right? All of that verbiage, it'll change. Sometimes it'll change more than others. Like when it goes from active to pending, it changes a ton. And from every status, the call to actions and the lead caption, all that change a little bit, all right? So, and you see here, coming soon, I've got it filled out, but I also have this status turned off, all right? So I got all the statuses, the boxes are filled out, right? I copied and pasted into each status, and then I'll click save. And then I'm gonna click on the preferences tab, and this is pretty straightforward. So these will all be unchecked when you get here. And so I'm going to check the first one, which is essentially anytime there's a new listing added to your account, it'll auto post to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Every time you change the status of a listing, so when you click the status drop-down menu and you change the status from like active to pending, pending to just sold, or there's a price reduction, if you're having an open house, all right, that'll auto post. Right. We broke out price reduction just because that's kind of a different kind of a thing for some agents. But if you want your price reductions to auto post, just have that one checked. And if you are part of an office account, all right, a lot of you are within an office where the office has a subscription to Listings to Leads. And that is awesome because we can also auto post your listing to their Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn pages. And that is perfect for you because all those branding and leads go back to you. All right. So if we auto post to your office's Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn pages, they are not going to get the leads. Those leads will come to you as the agent. So don't worry about the fact that your office might be quote unquote stealing your listing. They're just helping you out. All right, it's just more exposure for your listing. So post my listings update to the broker account as well. I would suggest you auto check that. And then you're going to have the option to use either the single property website or the landing page. Both generate leads. I would say the landing page is a little bit more hardcore lead generation. So people will not be able to see much at all if they got to go through the landing page, right? And that's great if you're really just gung-ho about generating leads. Single property website also has default lead capture, so you can set up the single property website as well. And I use the single property website. I go back and forth, to be honest with you. And I suggest that you do the same as well, right? Try the single property website sometimes, try the landing page sometimes, see what works best for you. To the right, I think the default is post right away, but you can change that to post at where there's a time frame. And I got it set to auto post only between 10:02 a.m. and 6:14 p.m. And so, for example, you add a listing at 2 in the morning, at 11 p.m. You may not want that to auto post in the middle of the night. So here's where I can set it to say, if anything was supposed to auto post between 6:14 p.m. and 10:02 a.m., save it and then start auto posting at 10 a.m. And the next one here is to say, don't just auto post everything at once, right? That's kind of not a good thing. So auto post with a 15-minute interval in between. So I don't want to rapid fire a bunch of things up to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. All right, I want a more nuanced approach. So I got it set to every 15 minutes. It can be a half hour. All right, and then the maximum post per day. And I got that set to 10. So anything, if there were 15 things that we're going to auto post today, which is kind of a lot, but depending on how many listings you have, right? The 5 that did not get auto posted today will roll over to tomorrow. All right. So, but again, you can control that. Click save when you're done. And then seller lead ads. Again, similar. The seller lead ads auto post the property valuation plus landing pages. And so you're allowed to auto post up to 2 a week. So 2, you can post as many as you want, and I'll show you the push post feature. So you get unlimited property valuation landing pages. We just limit the number that you can auto post. So again, with the minutes in between postings, your schedule, so you can set the date and time you want the first one to auto post, and the second one will auto post right after that first one. And you can set it to weekly, every 2 weeks, or monthly. I have it set to every week. And then you're going to see a similar setup to the listings, where you're going to have this blank box when you first get here, right? That's the post description for the Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn postings. So again, click the green copy button, click in there, and just paste in that text, right? And if you're going to auto post weekly, do it for every single week. And then you're going to see a second tab where it says valuation not available. Copy and paste into there too. So essentially, you just want to make sure that all these boxes have text in them. And if we were allowed to autofill these boxes, we would do it for you, right? I hate to give you extra work, but again, it's a Facebook requirement that you again, it's just a copy and paste. You do it one time, boom, bada bing, you're done, you're off and running. And I'll do the same thing for down payment assistance. I'll set my schedule, right? Weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. I'll click the green copy button and just paste it in there. Do that for week 2, 3, and 4. Now, you can edit each of these weeks, and that's what I did, so that every week it's a little bit different. Hit save, and then new construction. Same thing, just click the green copy button and paste, and just do it for weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4, and click save. And if it takes you, 5 to 7 minutes to set this up as a one-time thing and you're done, you'll be off and good to go. Sorry, how many Facebook posts per day do you recommend? There's no number. Yeah, there's no number that I recommend or don't recommend. Yeah, so, but Brett, if you want to, post that in the mastermind group. But I mean, I am sure I could look that up, and some people are going to say post 2 times a day. Some people are going to say post 20 times a day, and you're going to get everything in between. So I would just, because here's what I see a lot of times. I see some of these pages and they're doing like 4 or 5 posts a day. And if you look at the engagement, they're like 0, 1, 0, 1, right? No comments, no likes, no nothing. What's the value of that? If the value is to you to feel good about the fact that you are pushing a lot of stuff to Facebook, awesome, then you're doing a great job. But if the idea is to engage people, then I wouldn't worry about how many times I'm posting. I would just worry about what I am posting and make sure whether I'm boosting it or I'm putting money behind it. I'd kind of think of it that way. All right, so let's talk about listings first. So let's go back and take a look at a few of these ads. All right, so here's an ad. Virtual open house on Saturday. People click the link or the ad, and in this case, they're going to go to a landing page. So this is for a coming soon listing, and to get to that video that I mentioned, they're going to have to go through the landing page. And so they put in their information, and they land on the landing page, or I'm sorry, the single property website where they've got the 3D tour. All right, that's one way to set this up. All right, that's where I'm using the landing page, right? Remember we talked about you can either auto post using the landing page or the single property website. So that's a case where I went through the ad linked to the landing page, and the landing page linked to the single property website. And all of that's automated. You're not doing anything. Let me show you another example. So here's another ad, 24/7 virtual open house in Granite Bay. I click, and I go to the full screen single property website. So here I'm defaulting to the luxury version of all my tools. There's the lead capture. So that lead capture can be set up to where they have to, right? They can't get rid of this lead capture form. So let me go ahead and just fill it out. All right, so now I'm in and I'm looking at that. And then the third one I'll show you. Here's another one, 24/7 virtual open house, similar to what we were just looking at. And it's going to the standard single property website. So I show you all 3 versions of this, and you can decide which one you want to do. I will not be able to cover all 3 ways of doing this, but as long as you know that you got these options, right? You can either, I was almost going to say, you can figure it out yourself. Oh, that's wonderful. You'll be able to get with support and ask them if you need to, all right? So let's go ahead and do this. So if you've got video, any type of video, go ahead and click on Edit Listing. So I'm in the Edit section for this listing. There's a tab here called Photos and Video, and then Video 3D Tour. So here I can either put embed code like a Matterport 3D tour. I can put a URL if it was on like YouTube, I think Vimeo, right? Or if I've got, for example, a walkthrough video from my phone, right? I took my phone and I did a walkthrough video, so I got the video file right on my phone. I can upload it right to Listings to Leads directly. So we pretty much got you covered. Any type of video, no matter where it is, or even 3D tours, we can get them into Listings to Leads. I will let you know that you can go ahead and just send this stuff to support if you don't want to put it in yourself. All right, it's easy. All right, just click on Edit Photos and Video and either drop in the embed code, the URL, or upload the video yourself. Or again, you can just send it to support and they'll do it for you. So now that we got the video in here, I'm going to go back to the checklist. And if I go to your social media and I open that up, you can see it previously auto-posted to my Facebook pages, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, but there's some options for you here. First of all, the social media image edit button. Right, so here's the image that's going to display when I post to Facebook, and it says coming soon in Granite Bay. Well, I want to talk about that video. So I might frame it like 24/7, because it really is, right? When you got a property video, even if it was a professional video, a video walkthrough that you did, if it was a 3D tour from Matterport, right, whatever, 24/7 virtual open house, all right, in Granite Bay. And if you're subscribed to the Listings to Leads text service, that will appear in that line. I can change the color of that banner. And I'll tell you right now, we have got an awesome new editor coming live soon that, man, well, I'm not going to say any names, but imagine it's a really powerful image editor with the library, and you're going to be able to create images here, just customize them big time. So really excited about getting that live soon. Hopefully the next 2 to 3 weeks that'll be live. But I'm so excited about that. I can't wait. But regardless, so I want this image to reflect the fact that I've got a property video, a video walkthrough, or in this case, I'm going to frame it 24/7 virtual open house. And I'm going to change that color back to green. And you can see I can go from see-through to completely solid. In fact, somebody in the mastermind group last week said, and totally agree with them, right? This is cool, if depending on the image. And that's okay, but it looks kind of dorky because you can't even see through it. This is the best, when you can see a tiny bit through it, but that is still easy to read. For what that's worth. I keep hitting this. One more time. There we go. Let me go ahead and just click save on that. So I'll save that image. Now I can choose tool. I'm going to use my single property website. So I'm going to be linking to this instead. And then either I can share it or I can click where it says push post to the right. And that's just the default text. What we're going to be doing, I'll scroll down, I'll show you. We're going to be posting to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn right from here. And this same tool is for all your landing pages. And you'll see down here, I can schedule the post or I can post right now on demand. But before we get to that, up here, I'm just going to change this. I'm going to say 24/7. Right, again, I want to highlight the fact I got that virtual open house. It's going to post to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. This is all the text that's going to appear. If you happen to get here and realize that the image is not how you want it, you can click where it says customize social media share image and edit the image right here if you need to, but I'm good to go. I can click either schedule post, because again, it may be, it may be 11:30 at night when you're doing this, so you might want to just schedule the post for the next morning, or you can just click post now, and that will post in about 1 minute up to Facebook. All right, we'll come back to that in a few minutes. And we'll take a look at that in a few minutes. So any questions on what I've done so far with getting a listing up to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, right? So in this case, now if you don't have any video, right, if you're not using video, then all you got to do really is just click, right? And so it should be set up to auto post. So now every time I add a listing of a status change or price reduction, right, that listing is going to auto post. But if you ever need to come in, and let me give you an example here. So your listing may have auto posted last week or a couple of weeks ago, and let's say it's active. I mean, there's not a lot of things, there's not a lot of activity going on with it. Come in here and click on your social media. And to see what the ad looked like last week, just go ahead and click on the Facebook icon. All right, so this is what it looked like last week. All right, and now I want to redo it, but make it look different. So I'll click on social media image, and let's use a different image. I want to highlight the kitchen. I'm going to change that background color. Whatever you think looks appropriate. I could even put that on the top. Click save. And I'm going to select my single property website again. And I'm going to click push post. And now I'm not going to push this up to Facebook, but do you see how this is going to look totally different than this? Even if otherwise the same, like the text is all the same, that's going to look like two completely different homes. All right, so you can use a push post like I'm showing you to redo your ads so that they look completely different and appeal to different people, because one person may look at this and go, ooh, that looks so nice, right? I love it, clean yard, looks great. Another person may see the kitchen and go, oh, that kitchen looks great. One person may be attracted by the blue in the banner, right? Now I'm using the same blue, but maybe I changed the color to purple or green or red, and another person, it's the color of the banner that appeals to them. Does that make sense to everybody? So you can use always redo the post with a different image to appeal to different people. All right, so just kind of keep that in mind as you're going through this. So someone says, is this a live demo? Yeah, I am live. I am putting things on Facebook. So all right, so we've covered listings, marketing a listing with video. And again, there's some great ideas. And if you don't have a video, don't have a 3D tour, what have you, don't worry about it. Just do the same thing I'm telling you, and just don't worry about the idea of promoting the video, right? So just use the default text that comes with the postings. Now, let's go ahead and close a few things here. Let's talk about listings that are pending or just sold. And when I use the word pending, I'm also referring to in contract, under contract, active contingent, right? Different statuses like that as well. All right, and when I refer to just sold, I'm referring to just sold where you're the listing agent, and also just sold where you're the selling agent. So how many people here have had a buyer buy a listing in the last 30 days? All right, now I realize the last 30 days is probably not as good as the previous 30 days and the previous 30 days before that. But the point I want to make here is you can advertise, and if you need to ask your broker or MLS about this, do so. But you can advertise listings where you're the listing agent and also where you're the selling agent. All right, so keep in mind, right, a lot of people think, well, I can only advertise a listing where I was the listing agent, right? You should be able to, and again, if you need to ask your broker, hey, can I market a listing where I was a selling agent, right? But that is another absolute brilliant opportunity to generate more seller leads. Buyer leads as well, but more on the seller leads. So let's get into the main listing dashboard and let's talk a little bit about pending and just sold. So the first thing I'm going to mention is if your listing was already in the system, and let's say, for example, the listing was active, to get it to pending, just sold, what have you, click that drop down. You're going to see the status drop down for every listing. Just click on it and select the new status, right? And as soon as I select one of these statuses, it's going to auto post up to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, right? And that's going to create all the other marketing and lead gen tools, right? Send this up to the seller, get this up to my database, right? All that stuff. So that's how you change the status to pending. Here's just sold listing agent, all right? Just sold selling agent. We separated the selling agent from the listing agent a lot so people don't accidentally mess that up, right? Listing agent is where you were the listing agent, right? It was your listing. Selling agent, right? That means your buyer bought the listing. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. So for example, just sold selling agent, select it. In fact, let me go back there. What I wanted to show you, actually, let's go back to what I wanted to show you was how to add a listing where you're the selling agent. So just click on the green add listing button, go to add listing. And so for any listings that are not in listings to leads yet, that are status pending, just sold selling agent, just go ahead and come in here, select the appropriate status. For example, just sold listing agent. Was it just sold or you're the selling agent? And add these to your account so that we can post those up to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, all right? Now, we talked a little bit before about how the ads for pending and just sold listings change. So let me show you. If I click on the ad now for a pending listing, all right? So this is going to the luxury single property website. So we got the photo, all the different tools, and there's that lead capture. Now notice the lead capture is not offering them more information about the listing. Right here, we're not saying see the price and the photos and the details. What we are saying, because now the listing is pending or just sold, right? Your home's value has changed. So people can click in here. Right? And they can become a seller lead. So any listing that is pending, in contract, under contract, just sold selling agent, right? All those types of statuses, all of that lead capture changes, right? Here's just sold. All the primary lead capture changes to seller lead capture. So notice, right? The previous one was going to the single property website. This one's going to the landing page, and notice again that landing page is completely flipped to generating seller leads for you. All right, here's another one, just sold, for one of my listings that just sold. I click on the ad, and again, I'm going to the landing page. So we looked at a pending ad going to a landing single property website. Then we looked at a couple of just solds going to landing pages. So let's go back into listings leads and let's just quickly look at that. All right. And again, just sold, selling agent, listing agent, pending, all of these work similarly. I'm gonna open up the checklist. I'm gonna go to your social media. All right. Now, if it already auto posted, awesome. Right. All you have to do is click on the Facebook icon, bring up the Facebook post. Now, there's two things that you can do with any of these postings that I'm showing you. All right. Anything that is auto posted to Facebook, right? When you come in here, right, you're gonna get an email notification, and from the email, it'll have a link to this along with Twitter and LinkedIn. I showed you where in your account you can go to see this as well. But another really great thing you can do before you either boost or run an ad for this is come in here and click edit post, and you can edit this, right? So here it says 849 Maple Drive in Granite Bay, California is now pending and is expected to close soon. And that's just the default text. Awesome, looks really, really good. But if there's ever a time that you can add to this, right, and make it more powerful, make it pop more, make it more engaging, you totally can. Just like I said, go ahead. Let me show you one more time. Click the horizontal three dots, go to edit post. And the reason you may want to do this, all right, is, let me show you here. I'm going to edit this line. I'm going to say 849 Maple Drive, Granite Bay, California is now pending with notice what I just did there. With multiple offers in under 24 days. Again, this is the kind of stuff that Trulia, Zillow, Realtor.com don't know about, right? They don't know if you got multiple offers. They don't know if it's above asking, right? So if you can, anytime before you go to boost or run an ad with this, you can come here and just tweak that first line a little bit. Maybe it's a coming soon or just listed or open house or active listing, or I've got a video and I forgot to add information about the video. Well, again, just go to that post, add the 24/7, or however you want to phrase it. All right. So just because something is auto posted to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, A, doesn't mean you can't edit it. And B, I would highly recommend, where appropriate, that you come in here and just add a little bit of pop to it, add a little bit of zing to it. All right. Now, for any of these postings that we're talking about, and we're going to head over to the landing page section in Listings to Leads next, but for anything that is auto posted up to Facebook like this, so your just listed listings, your just sold listings, the what is your home worth landing pages, the down payment assistance landing pages, anytime any of that stuff is auto posted up to Facebook, you got two options for putting money behind it and getting it out as an ad. The first option is to boost. The second option is to go through the ads manager. They're both super easy, and everyone's going to have an opinion about both of these. Some people say boosting sucks. It doesn't. It works great for some people. I would highly recommend trying a boost and see if that works for you, because it's so easy to do. So let me show you. Boost post. It'll pop up with this little editor, and super easy. First, objectives. I just do send people to your website. Post button. I like to have that learn more there. Special ad category. Just flip it on, and in the drop down select housing. And if you're watching the recording on this, by all means, please pause the video as needed and follow along. We also got a detailed support page on how to do this as well if you need. You can get that from support as needed. So audience. I'm gonna click on the edit. See that little edit text to the right of audience? So because it's a real estate housing ad, gender and age are not editable, right? I see a couple of cities and location here. This listing is in Granite Bay, so I'm gonna X out Folsom. And just so you know, maybe even Granite Bay was not in here. Right above that map, just hit Granite Bay. All right, and it'll default to the plus 15 miles. Nothing you can do about that. That's a requirement from Facebook for all housing ads. And as you scroll down below the map, again, if you're watching the recording, go ahead and pause this if you need. You're gonna see the section called detailed targeting. And this allows you, right, to connect a little bit tighter with people that have already expressed an interest in Realtor.com, Trulia, and Zillow. And again, if you get here and this box is blank, then it will look something like this. Detailed targeting, include people who match, and it says add demographics, interests, or behaviors. So I can type in Trulia, and you're gonna have two options, Trulia or Premier Agent, Zillow, and Trulia. I'm gonna go right to Trulia. I'm gonna do the same with Zillow. And this allows us to leverage their traffic, right, to pull people to our ads. And it's called a variable. And by variable, what I mean is, again, kind of like boosting versus running an ad. Some people do great with boosting, some people don't. Some people do great with running an ad, and some people, most people do great with running an ad. But some people do great by including these interests along with Realtor.com, and they find that they get a lower cost per click. And for other people, it doesn't even matter, right? It's just, unfortunately, it's one of those things where in different areas, this kind of stuff works differently. So there's no one size fits all. And that's sometimes a maddening thing about marketing and advertising, right? There is no one size fits all, just things that we recommend you trying out and see how they work for you, because they've worked for others pretty well in the past. All right, there we go. Audience is defined, 140,000 people. Hit save. And when you're not talking your way through this, this will literally take you about half a minute, like, 60 seconds at most. It's only taken us a few minutes because I am talking my way through it. So duration and budget, 7 days. Now here's where it gets nuts. You can put as little as $1 a day behind these. So you don't need to feel like, oh, I gotta spend $5 or $10 a day, right? Do what you can, but you can spend as little as $1 a day. And before you go completely incognito, right, stealth, invisible, see if you can't at least do $1 a day on a couple of ads so that you're staying in front of some people. All right, so I'm gonna say 35 bucks. Everything looks good. I know that you see these funny little things here where the emoji should be. That's fine. Those emojis will appear. Last thing you need to do is hit boost. And again, that could have been any type of ad or any type of post, right? From seller lead ads, down payment assistance, listings. That's how you boost. The other option besides boosting is click on where it says create ad. And again, we've got a support post covering this. If you're watching the recorded video, by all means, please pause this as needed. And again, I'm just gonna do a little bit quicker this time. So I'm gonna toggle to my business account. So I'm gonna do a little bit quicker so we can get into the landing pages, the seller lead capture landing pages, the down payment assistance. So if I don't speak to it, don't worry about it. And I'm not gonna give a lengthy explanation on everything I'm doing. So I'm just gonna flow through this. I'm gonna hit traffic. Continue. I'm gonna scroll down. under audience, location, I'm gonna type in Granite Bay. And it looks like it defaulted to 15 miles. Ooh, all right. Let's back up, everybody. I apologize because I don't, Facebook just made a change recently, and it's almost like they're hiding the housing thing, and it's totally messing me up. So let me get to the right ads manager. So I've got the right ad account. Let's try this again. So traffic. So you see how it popped up there at the top? How it's so weird. Let me show you one more time because it's really. So you know how you got to select for housing? Well, the housing thing's not here. And so for some ungodly reason, when you select consideration, then they display it above, right? You're thinking you're just going to scroll down. Well, no, because now it's up here. So just a little weird UI thing there, all right? So after you select consideration, don't forget to notice the special ad category thing here. Check it, select housing, all right? Totally weird. I miss it all the time. I'm not sure why Facebook did it that way. All right, so on this next page, under audience, location, it says United States. That's pretty broad. So right above that map, I'm going to type in Granite Bay. There we go, plus 15 miles. That's your first hint, is when you do location, it should just default to 15. Scroll down under the detailed targeting. I'm going to do Trulia interest, Zillow interest, Realtor.com interest. I'm going to scroll down to placements. I'm going to hit manual placements. Now, if you only want to spend like $1 or $2 a day, I'm going to recommend that you flip all devices. If you click on mobile, then that means it'll only display on desktop. With everybody at home, this might not be a bad idea, especially if you're only spending $1 or $2 a day. If you're spending more of a normal amount, just leave it on all devices. I'm gonna go back to desktop, because I figure if I only want to spend $1 or $2 a day, and if everybody is at home, then I'm gonna flip it so that it just appears on their desktop. So I'm gonna uncheck everything in placements besides marketplace and newsfeed. So I'm gonna leave these two checked, but I'm just really wanting to make sure like every cent I'm spending goes as far as possible. All right, I'm gonna continue to scroll down. Optimization and spending controls. Optimization for ad delivery. So again, here, two ways of doing this. If you're only gonna spend $1 or $2 a day, go to impressions, set the start and end date, and notice it'll default you to a month. I like to run my ads for a week. So from the 22nd to the 29th. And then add set spend limits. I'll do $2 a day. Maximum $2 a day. Everybody see how to do that? So I got impressions. Check they start and end date, get your dates. Right, again, I do mine for a week. Add set spend limits. I just did a minimum of 2, maximum of 2. So do that as you want. Now, if I'm gonna spend more like $5 to $10 a day, I would leave it as link clicks. Again, with the sentence, your start and end date, and your minimums and maximums may change. You may say Yeah, you know, minimum 4. Oh, not 400. 4. And maybe my maximum was like 5. And down here where it says, when do you get charged? If I'm gonna do link clicks up here, I do link click down here. If I do impressions, I do impressions. And hit continue. And on the last page, it's super easy. Just click where it says use existing post. Select post. After you click use existing post, select post will come up. Pick whatever you want to run an ad for. They're all going to be right here. I'm going to do coming soon. And there we go. So now I can run that as an ad for a week at $2 a day for impressions, or I can do $5 a day with link clicks, right? And any type of ad and listings to leads, again, boost or create, boost or create. Both were great. We get great feedback from clients on both of those, right? It's all good. You can't exclude realtors anymore. No, yeah, you can't, unfortunately, because of fair housing, Deborah. They don't want you excluding anybody. So yeah, unfortunately, that is the way it is. So in the examples from earlier in this webinar, we talked about down payment assistance, new construction, and those seller lead ads. So down payment assistance landing pages. So all of those auto post, right? I got them all set up to auto post weekly, but let me show you. Somebody give me an area that you want to generate seller leads for. So give me an area that you want to generate seller leads for. And I'm going to create a landing page and I'm going to auto post it. So Alex, awesome. So property valuation plus, that's the what is your home worth style landing pages. Location, Long Beach. I'm not going to put New York. I know there's a Long Beach, California, but I'm not going to put New York because everybody, Alex, where you're going to advertise your Long Beach, everybody will know they're in New York. Note, so you get unlimited landing pages with listings to leads. Notice how many I've got for just Granite Bay, right? They're all property valuation plus, because I got them set up with different call to actions. So I might say week 2, right? Or whatever that ad and that landing page are going to speak to. All right. So as soon as this landing page pops up here, so this landing page is ready to go. All right, so this landing page is ready to go. But I can upload a new image. All right, so I can upload a new image. I can put a full screen video background. So those are some options there. I can edit the social media share image, however I want that to be right there. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about video and a few other things as well. So this webinar is gonna go about 10 minutes long. I apologize for that. If you can't stay out with us the whole time, go ahead and just come, I'll send you the recording for this webinar a little bit later. Styles and color, you know, so the green button and the different colorings I can change. The text on the landing page itself, I can change that here. The form fields, those are all editable as well. And so you're gonna see, let me bring this up. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to my, let me go to my other monitor. Give me 1 second here. Oh, there it was. I found what I was looking for. So check this out. If you got video, like if you got a video market report, I'm gonna click on custom. And then notice this custom page content tab is now here. I'm gonna drop down to video, put in the video link and select autoplay, and check this out. Now I got a video to the right of the lead form. I'm gonna go ahead and click save. So if you get any kind of market report videos or anything like that, totally can use them in your landing pages. All right, it's gonna look awesome. So now I'm gonna click post. And this is the default text that's going to appear there. And I could change that however I want to. It's gonna auto post on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Now there's the image. I won't be able to find it right now, but I took a screenshot of my video and I uploaded the screen. Let me show you here. That's the just sold. There we go. So see how it says attention, Granby Homes sold and video update. And when people click the video or the ad, they're going to the landing page. So to do a Facebook, you can do a couple of different ways. One is how I did this one is I did a post. Let me scroll up and I'll show you. So I just did a post where I uploaded, where I clicked photos and video, and I uploaded the video, right? So I just uploaded this. So here's the video, here's a video file. Just upload the video file. And then you can actually just copy and paste right from the editor. I can just copy and paste from here. Let me close a few of these. I can copy and paste right in there from listings to leads, right? Upload that video, and then you will have an ad or a post. Let's go back and find it. Let me get rid of these. Sometimes we get a little bit too many tabs open all at one time. All right, I lost that. God dang it. All right, well, I lost that post. I apologize. But you get the idea of what we're trying to do, right? Is use a video, whether it's the video is on the landing page, the video could be in the ad, right? There's just a lot of places we could have put that video. And I'll just click post. So whether we're using images or videos in the ad, on the landing page, right? It is all good, right? Use them, use them, use them. If you ever have a video like that, whether it's a listing video, a video walkthrough for a listing, a just sold video for a listing, a market report for a sales area, and if you need help getting those into listings to leads, just send it to support. All right, it is super easy to do. You could even think about doing a new construction video. Maybe you are at maybe you go by a new construction development and you just do a little quick video in front of that development or in front of that subdivision that's being constructed. And you can use video with your down payment assistance landing pages, right? So there's a lot of options using video, both inside of listings to leads and with listings to leads up on Facebook. And if you ever need any help getting those videos into listings to leads, again, just send them support. We're more than happy to add those for you. All right. All right. So, the last thing I'm going to mention. But before I do, any other questions about anything that we've covered so far? Because the last thing I want to mention is postings like this. So you see where it says stuck at home during COVID-19 pandemic. Most of us are observing stay-at-home orders or self-quarantines. And then people click the post. They bring up the content, and they're reading all this great content. And then a little bit later, they notice that button at the top, and they click it, and they go to a landing page. Right? So how do you do that? Let me show you. For any of these property valuation landing pages, and also free home values, click on edit. And we're going to be moving this around a lot. It's going to be a lot easier to get to soon, but go to advanced options, and there's called home value header. And you're going to see all of these in your account, and we're adding more every day. And right now, they're all related to what's going on right now, but we're going to be adding in a bunch of general ones. We're creating categories and tags, and you're going to be able to, you can right now come in here, click on, first of all, you can click on the eyeball just to see what it looks like. So this one, 17 ways to get instant curb appeal for less than $100. And again, notice that button at the top. So what this does is allows you to share content. Now you can add your own, add home value header, and you can add your own link, right? Do all that. Or again, just click on the wand to the far right. You can view it here as well. But I'm going to auto post to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can edit any of this. So you might want to put like an emoji. And I see that the ampersand got messed up here. And I'm going to put a first impressions matter. Add a little emoji there. I'm going to scroll down. I might change that description to click to learn more now. And again, I can either post now or I can schedule. So I can come in here and create all of these different kind of postings, and then I can schedule out and say, I'm going to post this one tomorrow at, I'll say 2 p.m. to 2:08 p.m. Oh, and let's scroll down to 2 p.m. There we go. Hit schedule, and now that will auto post on April 23rd at 2 or whatever it was, 2 or 2:08 p.m. Someone said, don't those links take people off of Facebook? A lot of links take people off of Facebook. Caroline, what's your concern with that? So yeah, it's just like any other kind of link. Hey, check this out, da, 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 right? All those types of things take people off of Facebook. So, but you can always add. So you may have a link, and I don't have a good one here, but let's say I read an article in a local website or any website, drop the link right here, click the green fetch. Like, let me see if I can find one. Give me a second. And God, give me a good subject to look up. Liza, hold that thought for 1 second. I'll navigate right back to that. But someone give me something to share, like an idea. And then what I'll do is I'm going to Google it. No, Caroline, don't worry about that. There's no rabbit holes here. It's one link. There's no, Caroline, that's what I would consider overthinking it, right? Because I'll show you here. Let's go back to that. So here I am, I'm on your community page. I see a post, right? So I click it and I can read it, right? And the only other option I've got is I can go to your landing page and fill that out and become a lead. So that's called a funnel, right? So let me come back into the go to webinar control. Earth Day. Oh, Michael, awesome. Thank you. Why not? Earth Day. Duh. Let's get some posts up on Earth Day. So I'm going to type in Earth Day, right? Of all days for Earth Day today, Earth Day. And can we just not talk about coronavirus? Let's see, what's a good, if everyone's got a link, let's go to Earth Day 2020. Let's see if this works. So in listings to leads. So now not all websites will work, but you'll be able to find out. Oh, awesome. So it looks like it's going to work pretty nicely. So we put in the URL, click fetch, it grabs all that. Target URL, this is where you got to give it, so I might just call it Earth Day 2020. And it's going to read it here, the enormous of vaccine and climate change have distinguished the issue. Right. What I'm not going to analyze this too much right now. I'm just going to say happy. Sounds like this is kind of depressing me, but I'm just going to put Happy Earth Day, everyone. And then if I was going to do this, quote unquote, for real, that might get a better article or something like that. But let's just try to be cheerful. I'm tired of all the depressing news. Not interested in the depressing news, but this is just so you get the idea. Headline, I might change the description. And then here we go, post now, schedule a post. So I'm gonna do post now. And so Michael, you see how now that populates down there? Now again, this is like version 0.01 of this whole idea, right? We're going to be adding content categories, tags. It's going to be organized into collections based on content categories. It's going to be a main navigational section within listings to leads, similar to listings, landing pages, and it's going to be, I can't remember what are we calling it. Maybe coming out of content or library. I can't remember what the tab name is going to be. But for now, and I believe, Liza, this is for you. From the landing page tab, whether it's your free home values, or any of your property valuation plus, and also down payment assistance and new construction have the same tool. But I'll click on edit for any of those landing pages, advanced options, and home value header. And again, I know this is absolutely a knucklehead way to get to this stuff, but we're just starting kind of playing around with it. We want to keep them associated with different landing pages, but pretty soon, all of this stuff will be like main account navigational access, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, I know nobody knows it's here. That's why I got to show you like your 20-point or your 20-click process on how to get to this stuff. Again, like I said, a total knucklehead way of doing it, but we are going to be putting that content will be accessible from the top row navigation, because we're adding memes, graphics, PDF reports that are co-branded and editable, content like that you can share with different landing pages and different postings. So, and all of that's going to be top level navigation, not things that are buried into it. So let's go see. So let me show you a couple of emails I probably have gotten over the course of this webinar. So give me a second, let me hit that. Awesome. So give me a second here, I'm gonna pop out. So let's see here. All right, that's my listing. So here, when your listings auto post, you'll get an email, right? And from here, I can click to go to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. But I wanted to show you, I'm hoping that one of my that thing that we just did auto posted. It may not have yet. Let's go to our Facebook page and let's refresh this and let's see if any of those posted yet. So, okay, they haven't posted yet, but here's the 15 Ambient Way in Granite Bay. Here's the one that we did a little earlier, right? Long Beach. I can't remember who gave us Long Beach. Alex, awesome. So here's that Long Beach. And again, if you got a market report video, oh, I deleted that post, but it's on our Granite Bay Homes community page. In fact, let me see if I can, I'll send everyone the link to this page. And if you scroll down, you're going to see all these examples. There's the home value header content. All right, a lot of great ideas. And let me just scroll down a little bit more, because here I want to show you. All right, so there's the video market report. So you can come in here and see some of these postings that we did if you want to get a little bit more or to see other ideas for this. All right, so it is 12:13. I apologize to everybody going long. Hopefully that doesn't affect the rest of your day, but thank you so much for joining us. Liza, awesome, you get better thank you, Liza, I appreciate that. Yeah, awesome, good. Any other questions here that I didn't get to? Deborah, the 3D tour company I mentioned was Matterport, but there's a few of them out there. I only mentioned Matterport just because I've got the embed code for them. Let's see, All right, awesome. Any other questions? Thanks, always learn something new. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if you've got the time to hang out with us for an hour once a week, you're gonna learn something new every day. And I'm telling you, starting in like mid-May, it's gonna get nuts, because that's when we're gonna be launching an editor, a library, straight up auto ad posting. We got other things that we're launching. So it's gonna be really, I'm more excited than I ever have been with everything. So yeah, it's gonna be some cool stuff. So thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Have a great one. Let's support Know How We Can Help You. Get into the mastermind group. We'll talk to you soon.